The Clark County School District released nearly 2,000 pages of emails regarding an incident last year where a student was slammed to the ground by a district police officer. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Latoya Silman.
And I'm Marie Mortera. Jim Snyder has the night off. After an internal investigation, the district said the officer would not be fired. The ACLU of Nevada, that's representing 2 students in the incident, filed a lawsuit to obtain these emails as well as body-worn camera footage and other documents.
Yeah, Crisis in the Classroom investigative reporter Tiffany Lane now live in studio after going through all of those emails. And Tiffany, what did you learn?
Yeah, it did take quite a while. We were in court as the ACLU and the district went back and forth over these emails, talking about how long it would take to break it down to just these few, if you can believe that, leading to the documents we obtained on Friday. Now, today I spoke with the ACLU about what they say concerns them in the emails and how they say their efforts for justice for their clients has only just begun.
I think there's a number of inconsistencies in what the district had represented initially was in their possession versus what we actually are in receipt of now.
Atar Hasibullah, executive director of the ACLU of Nevada, and his team have more questions after going through 2,000 pages of emails they were able to obtain after taking the Clark County School District to court over public records in this incident, where a Durango high school teen was slammed to the ground February 9th of last year.
They're still traumatized from the incident, as are their families.
Lieutenant Jason Elfberg, the officer that was in question, was not fired, according to the district. The emails provided to the ACLU Friday include requests by myself and other news outlets, as well as the ACLU asking for several items surrounding the incident. We were responded to by CCSD saying that those documents and videos were considered confidential and privileged because they involve juveniles and that they are part of an ongoing investigation.
It appears Officer Elfberg's, for the most part, the correspondence that he would have been engaged with were heavily redacted. Anytime legal got brought in, or it seemed like anytime there was an area potentially of public interest, most of that was redacted as well.
But Hasibullah believes there are several parts that stand out regardless, including an email from District Police Chief Mike Blackeye saying that they need to follow up with Metro Police to see what their policy is for releasing body-worn camera footage during an investigation, after his department received several requests for the videos.
If you're an independent police department, you should be being able to lead and articulate what your positions are, and they're unable to do that.
The emails include written statements from students and parents claiming that the student was slammed to the ground for recording another student being detained. The ACLU sent the district an email as part of a records request asking about training provided to the department officers when it comes to the First Amendment. There is a document showing that Chief Blackeye sent an email to Elfberg.
The fact that he's seeking input from Officer Elfberg, who's the party that was engaged in this misconduct, is problematic in and of itself. But he reaches out to Elfberg and says, to the best of your recollection, what training have we provided? Elfberg responds and says, I have no actual classes that we have provided from training. However, I recently sent out a class on First Amendment auditors to my previous region.
Hasibullah says the ACLU's fight is far from over in this incident.
There's likely going to end up being a civil case filed here, period, because the district has shown no level of remorse since the beginning of this incident. They have stood by Officer Elfberg despite seeing what happened on video.
Now, I have asked for interviews with the district police chief and Lieutenant Elfberg and am waiting to hear back. As far as the public records lawsuit goes, the ACLU is looking at whether they want to pursue further. We will continue to stay on top of this story and provide any updates. Now, send me your tips on issues impacting our schools, including this one. You can scan that QR code on your screen or email schooltips@news3lv.com. You can also call 702-805-0489.